Okay, I'm back to complete those are the remaining last two problems here. This is problem number 10 and 11, practice problem, so that you can do the test, chapter test 7. Okay, so yet again I'm saying I'm working on 7.5 using double and half angle formula and compound identities or sum and adding and subtraction formula of sine, cosine, tan. Can you use this? Now look at this. How do I do this? There is a tan theta by 2 and there is a sine theta. If this is tan theta by 2 and there is a theta. So there are two ways you can do. One thing is, can we write sine theta by 2 in terms of, even though we have half angle formulas, we have tan theta by 2 is plus minus square 1 minus cosine. That's too much. This is too much to write, because how can we use radical here? That won't help. Also we have equals. It is, we can think of we can think of sine theta, and I'm thinking of this sine because of there's a sine here. So sine theta is a 1 plus cosine theta. There is also 1 minus cosine theta over sine theta. So three of them. I'm gonna pick this one, and the reason why do I pick this? So if you have a question, where did we get this from? Is because sine theta using half angle formula, we can write as 2 sine theta by 2 cosine theta by 2. Okay, and 1 plus cosine. So what is 1 plus cosine theta? Is 2 cosine square theta by 2. Okay, and then you can see this goes away, and this one of the cosine goes away. You get sine over cosine, and that's how you get this tan by 2. If you get confused with this, where did we get this from? So this, because cosine square theta equals always 1 plus cos 2 theta divided by 2. So that's how. So everything is coming together. If it is, so whatever is theta doubles here. If it is cosine square of theta by 2, that's 1 plus double of theta by 2 is theta divided by 2. So that's all I do. And then if you multiply, so this is the one I use here. Multiply 2, multiply by 2. So this goes away. 1 plus cosine, and you can get that part. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is just use this, okay? So this becomes equal sine of theta divided by 1 plus cosine theta minus sine theta, okay, equals 0. So then now we need to have the same denominator. Look at this 1 plus cosine theta, and there is a 1 here. So multiply and divide by 1 plus cosine theta up down here, or we can use cross product. So what is that cross product? If you forget, A over B equals C over D, so just use this cross product. So, and then you multiply this 2 also. So 1 times sine theta is sine theta, and then this times that. So that sine theta gets multiplied to, it gets multiplied to the orange pattern, this one. So this is 1 plus cosine theta equals, and then this whole thing is, and then you multiply this time this, and the bottom part is 1 plus cosine theta is 0, and then there's 1 plus cosine theta. We can multiply both sides, 1 plus cosine theta, and multiply 1 plus cosine theta. So this goes away, and you get, and then at the same time you undo the distributive property. So sine theta is the same. So this part is the red color. Let me write it. So sine theta So if you take this one sine theta, basically it means times 1, so it is 1 minus, this is already taken off, that's like the red, this part is 1 plus cosine theta. Oh my god, I thought this would be done quickly. Then what you get is, okay, I want to make sure this is correct, okay. So this one, that is cancelling. Yeah, so this will change to sine theta, and this will be 1 minus 1 minus cosine, that's 0, right? Then this crosses out, and you get minus there, so it doesn't matter, or it is like minus sine theta, cosine of theta equals 0. So this minus 1, you multiply minus 1, just goes away. I'm avoiding that step. So one of them is 0. Sine, either this first one is 0 or sine theta is 0. So the question is, when is sine theta is 0? So theta is 0, sine 0 is 0, sine 180 is 0. So I'm going to use this just to, there is a reason, and then also 360. And cosine 0 is when theta is pi by 90 degrees, and also 270 degrees. So just in case if you forget, so you have, can you see this part? So where is sine 0? That's where the sine is 0, see, 0, and this side also 0. So not just angle is 0, then also you go other side, pi, and then whole round is 2 pi. But here it is 0, 1, and 0, minus 1. That's where the cosine is 0. So this is the cosine, and that is for 90 degrees and also for 270 degrees, right? So that's why I wrote this. Now the question is, which other angles can we think of? So can we take 0? Because there is a very tricky part here. Question is, can we take a 0? Let's put this 0 here, 0 over 2. Tan 0 is defined, right? Tan of 0 is defined, so we get 0. That by definition is y over x, right? Because cosine is x and sine is y, so tan is y over x. So you can have 0 up here, y. So what I'm trying to say is, that's okay, so this is takes care of that. What about 180? Can I put 180 right here? So this will be, we want to make sure this is well defined, because if you plug in 180 here, let's say 180, and then divide, you end up getting tan of 90, see? And tan 90 means what? Sine 90 over cosine 90. So this way, and you can say sine 90 is 1, cosine 90 is 0, that's undefined. And that's why we cannot take this. That's all I wanted to show. That was the tricky part. 360 is possible, because if you take half of 360, it will be pi, 180, that's fine. And if you put 90 and 270 also, it works. So this is the only angle which have to be taken off. This is okay, this is okay. So your final answer is, so your solution here is, so the final theta, because it has to be between this. So theta is 0, and then I'll use this one, 90, 270. And you can't take 360 also, because it has to be from 0 to until 2 pi. So you can't have 2 pi. So your answer is this. You can't take 2 pi. So I'll stick with this. So it is 0 to radians, pi by 2, and you have 270 means 390, so 3 times pi by 2, and you're done. So this is problem number 10. Let's do problem number. If you look at this problem, what can you think of? Anything strikes you about double angle formula, and then to get in terms of theta? See, this one is theta. So first step is use double angle formula in the form of okay, you can. I'm so hungry. Okay, finally, so this is 11, let me write it again, cosine 2 theta plus sine square theta equals 0. So replace, now see you have cosine 2 theta here. You can go, but there are so many of them, right? So you have all these options. Oh, you have 1 minus 10 squared. So we will use this one because of sine square. So this I'm going to replace by 1 minus 2 sine square theta. And this is already sine square theta. And this together will be 1 minus sine square theta, 0. And then subtract 1, get minus sine square theta equals minus 1. Then divide by minus 1, you get sine square theta equals 1. And remember, you can take square root, but you'll have to have plus and minus. So your answer for sine is sine theta is plus 1. So one of the answer is plus 1. And sine theta is minus 1. So where is sine theta? Where is sine? For what angle is sine 0? If you see this, so if you see this angle when it is 90 degrees, this is 0, 1, and that's cosine, and that's sine. See, sine 90. So theta has to be pi by 2. And also, if you go this way, 390s, this is 0 minus 1, that also is sine. This also is sine. And sine of 270, so this is 390 is 270, so this theta has to be 270 degrees, which is 3 pi by 2. And these two answers are between 0 to pi. I know I went a little fast, but I'm sure you understood, because with the earlier problem that I see about 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, the same trend. The only difficult one was this one, but the rest are easy. So I hope you guys practice that, and see you will continue more on this one. I think that was. Thank you. Bhaiya.